Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 27 from Monday, September the 8th, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungar, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to talk about kind of a guilty pleasure film today, which is the Amanda Bynes film, Sydney White. This movie is directed by Joe Newsbaum. Like I said, this movie stars Amanda Bynes, Sarah Paxton, John Schneider, who you might know as Pa Kent on Smallville, Danny Strong, who I know well from Buffy and from Gilmore Girls, Buffy in the House, and Sam Levine, who you probably know from Freaks and Geeks, and he's actually going to be in the new Quentin Tarantino movie, Inglourious Bastards. Sydney White is essentially a modern college take on Snow White. Amanda Bynes fills in for the Snow White character. She goes to college and she goes to rush at the sorority that her mother was a part of. Her mother is dead in this film. So she's going to college and she's going to be in the sorority to kind of feel closer to her mom. However, she's going through the challenges and it turns out that she's not fit to become a Kappa sister or something like that. And she gets embarrassed in front of a bunch of people. She doesn't get to be a part of the sorority. The head of the sorority is kind of the witch character played by Sarah Paxton. Her name is actually Rachel Witchburn. And her ex-boyfriend named Tyler Prince, I'm not joking, starts kind of falling for Sydney White. But since she's kicked out of the sorority, she doesn't have anywhere to stay. And she's taken in by 7 dorks who live in kind of a rundown house. Rachel Witchburn wants to tear down the house to build a Greek activity center for people who are in sororities and are super cool. That's the lay of the land in this film. Yeah. This movie is actually quite clever. I actually find a lot of the ways they adapt this for college setting quite funny. I really enjoy watching this film. When you realize how they kind of do the poisoned apple in this film, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, Jesus, that is stupid. But I've seen this movie more times than I want to admit, but I wouldn't have them do it any other way. And some of it's kind of hokey, but it's fun. And I think if you go with it, you can definitely kind of be won over by this movie. This movie's quite funny at times. I think a lot of the humor comes from the 7 dorks, which I'll talk about in a little bit. I also think Sarah Paxton, who plays Rachel Witchburn, is quite funny. I think I like Amanda Bynes. I actually really like her on What I Like About You. I think she's funny. I've been following her since all that, and she's actually really terrible in this movie. And I can't really put my finger on it. She talks really weird in this film. I think she's trying to do kind of like strange acting choices, but they don't really work. She just comes across as being awkward, and I know her character is supposed to be kind of awkward in the film, but it's awkward for us because I don't know what's intended and what's not. Her hair also looks really bad in this movie. It's just something wasn't right with Amanda Bynes in this film, and yeah. However, the rest of the cast in this film are actually really great. Like I said, Rachel Witchburn, Sarah Paxton, who was in the movie Aquamarine, is actually very funny in this film. She's playing the evil, really hateable sorority sister, and she does it really well. She sells it. But where this movie really shines and makes its money, in my opinion, are the 7 dorks. Danny Strong from Buffy plays one of the dorks. Sam Levine, like I said. There's also the guy who plays the sneezy character. His name's Lenny in this film, who is fantastic. He's kind of doing it's kind of a Woody Allen impression, but kind of not. And he is incredibly charming and incredibly endearing. And I really like him in this movie. All the dorks are really great. This movie's a little long. It's 108 minutes, and I think it's interesting because she really doesn't move into the dork house until probably like 45 minutes into this movie. And that's when the movie really takes off for me. I think that there's a lot of unnecessary exposition to get to that point, but when it does, it's great. I've seen this movie more times than I want to admit. It's cheesy at times, but I still enjoy it. This is also, like, I said this about Hamlet too, but this is just a perfect movie for HBO in the middle of the day. I mean, if I'm flipping to the channels and I see Sydney White is on, I watch this movie. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm cooler than liking this movie. I give it a 3 out of 5. If you like She's the Man, or you like Amanda Bynes, or you're looking for something kind of stupid and light, this movie's very much in that vein. I like it. 3 out of 5. If you guys are liking these reviews, make sure and subscribe, or if you have any recommendations on movies you'd like to see me review, leave them in the comments section. I'm actually going to be updating my reviews. I'm going to be editing them in Final Cut Express coming very soon, so there'll be more graphics and fun stuff like that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.